Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
I'm Chase.
and you're watching Posers Must Die, our latest adventures in the exciting and kick-ass world of heavy metal. Chase, how was your week? Exciting and kick-ass?
It was neither exciting nor kick ass, but it was nominal, so better
Okay,
than terrible.
okay, right on. I'm still basking in the glow of the incredible fun we had last week at the Dark Angel show. Jesus Christ, that really was like one of the best times we've ever had. Holy shit.
Well,
Uh,
most certainly.
Dude, I talked to Big Slime from Russia Power Radio, which
Oh, hey.
everyone who watches this show should be subscribed to that channel. Holy shit! If you like what we do, that's even better. So, but it's a different animal. But anyway, I was talking to Big Slime, and he said, dude, seriously, that's like because he got everything we got plus Hyrax.
Oh, shit.
So it was six bands. Jesus. And he said, easily the best speed thrash metal gig that I've ever been to. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, I can't really
Yeah.
argue against it. It was so awesome. So yeah, man, hopefully, there's gonna be another big Dark Angel tour next year because holy shit, dude, this was awesome. And
Yeah.
you know what? If I really hope we get a Portland show next year because this show wasn't sold out, but we'll see. If I got to travel, I'll do it. Like, I will not miss an opportunity to see Dark Angel again. Like, fuck. They were so awesome. So, anyway, why don't we get into stuff that happened this week? Want to touch on something. It's kind of sad, but I feel like, this was a major uh, thing and we should address it. Ace Frehley died this week, the founding guitarist from Kiss. And man, I loved the shit out of Kiss in high school. They were probably my favorite band, and I loved Ace. Ace was always super fun. He was like the jokester in the band, and um, yeah, I mean, like Kiss were like like the hard rock Beatles. They're four distinct personalities, and we all kind of like know these guys, and that was part of the big fun of Kiss, right? Um, and it's just yeah, it's sad, like man, I my Kiss fandom definitely waned, once I got, deeper into more underground and extreme metal. Um,
Yeah.
it's part of my origin story, and I love them so much, and there are a lot of people's like this was what started you on hard rock and then into heavy metal, and so that Kiss is really important in that regard. And they are loads of fun. I went back and listened to the Aces solo record from '78, and I've been revisiting some of the early Kiss records, and it's given me some of those warm feelings from like when I was a teenager, just loving Kiss, and that's a good feeling. Take a good feelings where you can find them. Um, R.I.P. Ace. Um, uh, Safe travels back to Jendell. Um, do you have anything on this one, man? Or
Not really. My one of my uncles and his son is big into Kiss, but I never like Love Gun's a great album. I had fun
yeah, Love Gun is a great
with
album.
that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm glad you like Love Gun,
Uh,
Chase. Yeah.
but the first Kiss album I ever bought was Psycho Circus, and
That is a bad album, let me tell you.
yeah, yeah. So it kind of stalled around there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's fair. And
yeah,
Kiss is in everybody's bag,
yeah.
so, and I get that. But I feel like this was notable and should be, commented upon. So rest in peace, Ace, So, but I did want to mention last night I went and saw Atomic Terror at the Twilight, and just want to remind everyone that their live album, Live Aggression, will be out on all streaming platforms on Halloween. So you will have a double live album of thrash metal kickassery for your rocking out enjoyment on Halloween. And yeah, and I saw them, and they played Sandcrawler, the Star Wars themed Doom band, played with them.
Oh yeah.
And it was my
Okay.
first opportunity, first chance I'd seen them, and they were excellent. They were really cool. And I'm not
Cool.
I like some Doom. I'm not huge on Doom, but yeah, they were neat, and I'm glad I got to see them. So that was fun. But boy, do we have a couple of reviews to do this week. What do we got to start us off with, Chase?
Okay. First off, we have Coroner, Dissonance Theory. Released October 17th on Century Media Records. Coroner's first studio album in 32 years. Sixth album overall. Holy moly, dude. What
Yeah,
a
why don't
break.
yeah, that is quite a break. Did you watch by any chance? Did you watch the Coroner documentary from like 2016?
No.
Oh man, it's really good. It's it's in German, so you have to watch it, and but it's
Uh,
captioned. But it was really good. I mean, like Creator and Celtic Frost are all over this thing. It was a really good documentary. I learned a lot about Coroner, tons of stuff actually. So damn, it's I was hoping we could go have a little back and forth about that, but that's fine. It's very good. Seek that out. I mean, just if you just go onto YouTube and say Coroner documentary, it'll come right up. I can't remember what it's actually called, but it was very good, and it kind of gave the history of the band. One thing was cool I learned in 1986 when Celtic Frost came and toured the states. You know that tour with Voivod and Running Wild, the only time Running Wild played the states.
yeah.
Um, that tour. So on that tour, Coroner just roadied for Celtic Frost, and we're like, but they use it as like a promotional tour to like spread their demo tape. And so by the time they get back to Europe, they're like in the magazines, they're in the fanzines, like they've kind of excited the underground. So it was a really good move. And then of course they did come and tour the states and stuff with Creator and stuff. And I
Yeah.
thought that was really rad. It was a lot of cool stuff in this doc. It's very good. But this album,
Yeah.
you got some thoughts there, buddy?
Okay. So, first off, I am only kind of into Coroner. Like I know of them. I listened to like RAP for the first time like 6, 7 years ago. Like I'm not like
Okay.
you know. So
I'm
so I
sounds like I'm the
yeah,
bigger
you're the
Coroner fan
yeah.
of the two of
So
us.
I didn't have like high expectations for this. And let me start off by saying I like this album, but with the little bit of Coroner like interaction I had, this feels like a hell of a turn. It feels like there's a lot of like that 0 0 palm mute kind of like downtuned metalcore kind of like sound in it.
Well,
It is,
I definitely hear that it's like they influenced Meshuggah, and you kind of hear that in this.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But so are you saying that R.I.P. is really the only other album you are familiar with from Coroner?
Well, RAP and shit. Which one was it? Da, 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 da. Oh, Mental Vortex. I listened to that one because we did a song of the day with one of the songs on it
Oh, okay, yeah.
a
Oh
while back.
God,
Yeah,
God, remember that segment? But anyway,
yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah,
So I was kind of like on a Coroner kick anyway, a bit, and was so I listened when this album dropped. I listened to it, and then I like listened to R.I.P. and this. I listened to Punishment for Decadence and this. I listened to No More Color and this. I listened to Mental Vortex and then this. I listened to Grin and then this. And honestly, it's like the it's all right there. I mean, this is to me this is the album that it definitely falls right into place to follow Grin, even though 32 years later. Um, and yeah, extremely technical. Um, Coroner's music is cold and it's dense and it's complicated. And
yes,
I've had a couple of days to absorb this music when I really feel like I need like a week,
yeah.
And I've been listening to it on
There's a
headphones. It's
lot.
like there's a lot going on with them musically. I mean, like this is not um easy listening. It is definitely challenging stuff, but it's so good. I keep wanting to come back and listen to this record. Um I think they have come back and delivered a brilliant album. This is one of the best thrash comeback records there has been.
Wow. Damn.
I think this is absolutely fantastic. It's very very good. I've got a lot of praise for this. What were some really some song highlights for you, man?
I believe it's pronounced Chrysium Bound.
That was
And then
definitely my
yeah,
favorite as well. I
yeah.
kept really
Uh,
really digging that one.
the Law.
Mm-hmm.
Which sadly, even though he says I am the law multiple times, not about Judge Dredd.
No.
Uh, and Trinity, the
Yeah.
not a ballad, but like hyper emotional.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I couldn't find much about what it's made up of, like what the I couldn't find the lyrics in time, and I didn't find anybody like dissecting the song and trying to say what it's about.
sure.
So I don't know, but
Yeah.
somebody lost somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say, this is really great. I mean, so there's a new drummer, Marky left.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the new guy, so I feel bad. But
Diego and last name that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce.
okay,
Diego.
Diego, new drummer Diego does a fantastic job. He's definitely doing Tommy, or excuse me, Marky proud. And Tommy and God, I used to call him the forehead guy, Ron Royce. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh,
He had a
I do,
receding.
I do, I
Yeah,
do, I do.
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
sound
sure.
great. I mean, like it's clearly
Yeah.
they've been working on this for a while, kind of secretly. They had gotten back together and just done shows, right? And they kept this album on the down low. It was only maybe a couple of months ago I found out that there was going to be a new Coroner record. Um,
Huh.
and what a wonderful surprise, because this is I could hardly call it a disappointment. I mean, it really just fits perfectly in with the rest of the Coroner canon. Um, and I I yeah, I got lots of praise for this record. Some other good, yeah, Christian Bound is definitely like the album highlight. Like I think like most people are probably like pointing to that one. Um, but I really liked because there's an intro and an outro kind of like uh tracks,
Yeah.
but like I really like the opening song, Consequence. I feel like in the middle of the album, Christian Bound, Symmetry, and The Law are this cool trilogy in the middle. Um, uh, and I really liked the album closer, Renewal. I mean, this is just and there were a couple of songs um, that were that they put out as singles or teas. There's a video or two, and those were
Yeah.
great. I think Symmetry was one of those songs. I can't remember what the other one was, but
Renewal.
Renewal. Thank you. But yeah, dude, I just like, man, Corner is back, and it's like they haven't missed a beat, dude. It is
I
like
have I have yeah, it might be I don't know, an observation, I guess.
okay,
Um
let's hear it.
okay. Technical thrash. You say technical thrash, I think toxic.
Sure.
Watchtower, maybe,
Yeah,
something along those lines.
those bands are
Um
technical. Yeah,
yeah, but like this feels more like progressive thrash. Like
very
they
true.
do a lot of okay, yeah. You see
Both
where I'm
things
going? What
I do.
I,
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish your thought. I'm sorry. Sorry.
well, no, that was pretty much. Do you see what I'm going with there?
I
I wonder why
do.
it's a label. They're gonna call it whatever they're gonna call it,
Here's the
but it's
thing.
like it
It's
feels like yeah,
it
yeah,
is both. The answer is
okay,
yes. The answer is yes. And
okay,
and quite often, technical thrash, because of that, we are going for more that greater complexity, just
yeah,
becomes prog. It becomes
yeah,
progressive. So, uh, both labels are apt, and
okay,
this is just a feast for the ears.
oh yeah,
I mean, like I'm gonna keep coming back to this record because there's so much to listen for, you know.
yeah.
Uh, and I did read
I
a couple.
like
Oh, go ahead.
normally I'm not really one to go. Oh, the epilogue and the prologue. Oh, whatever. The opener, the closer. I'm not usually one to point those out, but I actually really liked prolonging. I liked the last track on this quite a bit.
No,
And
they're
like
really
the
nice.
first
They're
half,
they're very moody.
it's just yeah, the first of prolonging the closing track, it's really intense, and then Rick Wakeman shows up with his Casio and plays it out. And it's really not. I love it. It was great.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty sure Rick Wakeman didn't play a Casio, but uh,
Probably not. No.
yeah, I think Rick was using the Moog synthesizer. If not, I think he started Hammond B3 like a lot of people, and then kind of went on to the Moog synthesizer. But uh, I'm not an
No
expert on
idea.
Rick Wakeman. I like Yes and stuff, but yeah, um, but um, but yeah, but Dissonance Theory is wow, a phenomenal record that I mean, just like there's so much going on, and I just it's just uh, this is definitely going to be in my top 10 for the year. Absolutely. Um,
Oh, easily, easily.
yeah. I don't know where it's going to land in that. I kind of got to go back through the list of
Yeah.
what we've talked about, but because we have talked about a lot of things. I mean, we've probably reviewed 100 albums or EPs throughout the year by the end of the year. So, um, but yeah, uh, but yeah, I cannot recommend this album more. I mean, if I would say like, look, if you're a fan of Old Coroner, there is so much for you to love here. Uh, and if you are just like a modern metal guy, I feel like there's a lot for you to enjoy here. This is like a gateway, the backward gate to the old school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I mean, what more can I really say? This is an awesome album. I just love it. I mean, like, uh, I mean, Tommy, forehead guy, and Diego. Hats off to you, Ron. Sorry, Ron. Yeah, uh, yeah. So, yeah, are we good on dissonance theory? It's just amazing. Holy shit! Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, great. Cool. Well, then, why don't we move on to our next segment, which bears your name? What's that segment called, Chase?
Yeah, Chase's classic album,
Oh
and this week
yeah.
we have Manila Road, Crystal Logic.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh my God. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, would you like to actually start this one off?
Well, do the stuff. Well, who put it out? What year? Do that.
Oh, of course, of course. Released December 1983 on Roadster Records. Sounds
Of
familiar.
course. Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Self-released.
uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Manila Road's third studio album. And I'll say this first and foremost. The very first time I heard Manila Road was this album, and it was during a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Of course. That rules. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, look, if you're reading your Conan stuff or you playing that stuff, it's like if you're not putting on prog
Yes.
rock albums, then if you're going the metal route, I mean, then it's the short list is Manila Road, Cirith Ungol, Manowar,
Yeah.
sorry, that's the stuff, baby, um, for that sort of material. But yeah, dude, this is probably Manila Road's most well-known album. It definitely can opens with their most well-known song. Um,
Yeah.
I will say this and the three that follow it, Open the Gates, The Deluge, and Mystification. Those four albums tend to be like the core of like the Manila Road canon, but they have 18 studio albums, dude.
Yeah.
That is,
It-
I mean, that's
when
as
you've been
much as Judas Priest.
when you're around that long, it's less, oh, these are the best albums. It's more like you got eras and then the best albums
Yeah,
within those eras. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, albums 3 through 6 or whatever, if I'm doing my math right, that tends to be the core of the canon for Manila Road. But there's really like it's really hard to go wrong with them.
Open the Gates is my Manila Road album. That was my,
That
like, if I had to
one's
choose one.
it's
Yeah.
awesome. I
Metal
cannot,
Storm. Yeah.
yeah, I cannot deny your love of that. I'm still kicking myself for like 15-year-old me passing on that album that I could have got for like $3 or $6 or something. But like I didn't know anything then. So, um, and Manila Road was like the embodiment of like metal underground because like they were always like their albums were like self-released. Black Dragon put them out in Europe and ripped them off, but in the States it was on Roadster and like not having great distribution. And like this was a band that like somebody had to know them to introduce you to them. You had to like know somebody who was in the know to know about Manila Road. Like, and so yeah, they embodied the underground of like classic heavy metal and like probably the greatest, like most important heavy metal band uh, that we don't necessarily immediately think of when we're thinking about the metal gods. The Priests, the Sabbaths,
Yeah.
Maidens, Scorpions, Motorheads. But 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 yeah, I've talked about like maybe is Savatage the great American metal band, but maybe that non-thrash, uh, but maybe it's Manila Road, you know?
I would argue that it is Manila Road. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna give that one to you because I think yeah we have landed on it. They're fantastic, and uh, I did get to see Manila Road in somewhere in the vicinity of 2014 to 2016. I just can't remember exactly. Um, but and they were awesome. It was amazing. I can't believe I'm like I can't believe I got to see Manila Road. Um, but a year or so prior, very interestingly, and we'll get into the album in a minute. I'm sorry, everybody, but like a year or so prior, Visigoth played Portland, right? And
Yeah.
they on one of their albums covered Necropolis, and of course they played it, and their singer was like moved to tears at how apeshit we went for that song.
Damn.
It was a really a heavy metal magic moment, dude. It was um it was something. But why don't we talk about Crystal Logic with Manila Road, okay? Mark Shelton, fucking musical genius on vocals on 6 and 12 string guitar.
Damn.
Yeah. That rules. Okay, so it's got an intro, a prologue, um,
Yeah.
some wind and swirling mist kind of shit that you get on all these, on so many kind of these sorts of records. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
opens with Necropolis, which is really a speed metal song too.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
and definitely their flagship song, or their like, but for a fucking reason. Like, holy shit, that is an
it
earworm in like 12. Like, holy
Yeah,
crap.
it's great. Yeah, I mean, Necropolis is great, and the lyrics are awesome. That's the thing. Like, not only was he, like creating great music, but Mark like was painting pictures with these lyrics that are
Yeah.
so amazing. It's like, and this guy was just fully immersed in H.P. Lovecraft, Robert E. Howard, Michael Moorcock,
Yep.
Tolkien, of course. But like
Yep.
those guys just so inform this, and it's like, man, it's like pulp fantasy in musical form.
Yeah.
It's so fucking pure, dude. So yeah, and so Necropolis is picks an amazing picture of like visiting a city in ruins, like where people that was once thriving, but now it's a city of the dead.
Yeah.
Like whoa, which
Yeah.
is so Lovecraftian. Um, but um, but yeah, and then there's the title track, Crystal Logic, which I'm not even sure what it's about, but I don't even care. It's rad.
Yeah, no, it fucking rules. Like I sat there going over the lyrics, like I got nothing here. Maybe it has something to do with the cover. Like it looks like maybe those are crystals. I don't get the logic end of it. I love his scream at the end. It comes out of nowhere. This guy's got
Yeah.
such a crazy, awesome. Like he has the definition of an iconic voice, but it also is layered and varied. He's got like four different voices he pulls out.
Yeah, and also this is one of the great things I love about just a lot of metal from the 80s is like there's just a lot of weird voices. People just going for it,
Yeah,
just trying something like odd. And I think that just so adds so much character and like a unique color to the music. And yeah, Mark's vocals are kind of weird, but they fit really well with this. So
yeah.
I'm into it. Um, and again, yeah, it's just rad. Um, what do we think about feeling free again? Is
Okay, so
it's
"Feeling
a
Free Again" is easily like the low point of the album for me. Like it's a good like, but it's still a good song. Like I
it's such
could
a good song.
put
If you it
you
Go
could
ahead.
you could throw it on the radio. Like that could have been on the radio, and like I see somebody driving with the top down listening to that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's it's Manila Road's AOR song.
there we are. Yes.
Okay, and yeah, no, it's totally like what if what if they tried to write like a Kiss or a Van Halen song or like a Sweet song,
Yeah,
a song by
sweet song. There you go.
like the Sweet or Slade or something like that. But it's fun. It's like I can't think of another Manila Road song that talks about like being in love and like You know,
Yeah.
there's even a woo, like what are we talking about here? So it is a fun song. I like it, but it's kind of like the odd track out for sure on the album. I don't think it's the weakest
Yeah.
song. There is one that I'm kind of like on, but we'll get to that. Yeah, this is such a great record, and I feel like we could talk about every song. So I was like, yeah, let's go song by song. um, then we go the Riddle Master, which is great. Back to more fantasy shit. Um,
Yeah.
God, great, love it.
Just like the sword and sandal aspect of like Riddle Master and even anyway, we're going track by track, but yeah, no, like there's a reason why it's a the stereotypical, like you said, this is a D&D soundtrack,
Yeah,
like yeah, I'm not sure I'm going with that. We already said
yeah,
that anyway.
yeah. And Mark does a really cool like vocal phrasing in this song that I like a lot, like that. Na 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 na. Oh God, that's gonna be a
Yeah,
terrible show. But that thing, and I just butchered it. But you know what I mean? It that in the Riddle Master, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that is so cool. Yeah, I just did the worst
yeah.
version of that. I'm so sorry, everyone. But yeah, but no, it's great. Yeah, and then we get into the Ram, which the Ram is just kind of like okay, like it's uh not every song can be a winner, and this is
Yeah.
maybe the other, like it's all right, and like I'm sure there's people who I'm sure are like throwing rocks at me, watching because they love the Ram, but sorry, I don't. It's fine, but I don't love it. Do you have anything on the Ram?
Well, no, it was probably the weakest one that's not an AOR song. So
Yeah, yeah. Uh, but again, I can't knock Feeling Free Again. Feeling Free Again is always a fun listen. But yeah, yeah, the Ram's just whatever. But then maybe my like the second best song on the album, The Veils of Negative Existence, which like holy shit, dude. This is great. I will never put my sword down. I will never run away. Like that's as great a line as the guitar is my sword, from
oh
Heavy
shit,
Load. Like, oh my
yeah.
god, dude, that's so rad. Um, so that's just killer. So yeah, I really love the Veils of Negative Existence, and then we close the album with the epic 12-minute Dreams of Eshkatan,
Yeah, oh my
which
god,
like,
dude.
damn, dude, that's an epic.
Yeah.
Oh
And it's like epics can like they have like minutes where they're petering out a little bit, and
yeah,
and there are definitely lull, but not in a oh nothing's happening, just in a like you dude, we as an audience need a break for a second.
yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's an endurance test or anything, but it's like, whoa, dude, the 12-minute song is Jesus, a 12-minute song. But like
Yeah.
but it's great because like you can tell so much stuff like the music that informs this, it's like equal parts like, 70s proto metal like, I'm sorry I'm going to call Sabbath that, but like but yeah, uh
Yeah.
but or like sort of Lord Baltimore and things like that. Um, but like and the Prague thing is there, and then just all this fantasy lyrics, like he's loving the shit out of the early Rainbow albums. Like
Oh
all of
yeah.
that really informs this in a beautiful way. Uh, backtrack to uh, uh, oh God, excuse me, I just had a little brain fart. The Veils of Negative Existence. Pretty sure that has to be the first song ever to use the word tesseract as a lyric.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Huh.
Can you think of a song before or since?
No.
Yeah.
No, actually, yeah, fuck.
You
Yeah,
know,
good one.
yeah. So yeah, wow. I mean, like Manila Road is so awesome. I mean, if you just want some epic shit, you cannot go wrong with this band. Um, and you know, a rest in power to Mark
Yeah.
Shelton, man. Being just like you, like he was like I mean, Manila Road is like myth making in our lifetime, like if that makes sense, like that like they were kind of like this obscure legend for so long, and then like I got to see them, and it's just like whoa, Mark Shelton is real. Manila Road is real. Like it have I kind of conveyed? Do you pick up what I'm putting
Yeah.
down there? Okay.
I think yeah, they mean quite a bit to you and quite a few people out there. They're fucking legends.
Yeah.
Myths until you met them. Now they're legends. Now they're
Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, horns all the way up, baby.
Whoop. Yeah, man.
For Manila Road and Crystal Logic. Holy crap. Um, I I mean, I don't know how much more I can gush on this. It's just they're just an incredible band. Uh, just one of the best ever. I mean, there's a whole festival that's like kind of named after them, the Up the Hammers Festival.
Oh, is it? That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So, I mean, like Jesus. Uh, yeah,
I, huh.
yeah. I mean, there's a reason this band is so revered, because they're fucking rule. So hail Manila Road, hail Mark Shelton. So yeah, um, I think we just have our concert calendar to go through now. Do you want to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure, man.
So this Thursday in Kelso, Washington, Carnivore AD are playing with support from In Mortuae, Chemical Annihilation, and Atomic Terror. Go
Woo.
there to do that, folks. Please go see the metals. And yes, and then the following evening, very similar lineup, only slightly different. Skeletor is on the bill instead of In Mortuae. That's going to be in Seattle, up at Tim's Tavern. Yeah, go to that. These are the last two shows Ian Engelsman is going to be playing drums with Atomic Terror. He's doing these gigs. He's going to finish the new album and then just kind of take a different direction in life, and that's okay. We will carry on, and Ian's contributions will be remembered and appreciated. Um, so yes, but yeah, let's see what else do we have of that. Friday, October 24th, at the Blackwater, Genogeist. It's a crust punk band. They are apparently they're from Portland. It's their reunion show with support from Hallucinator, our friends. The black and thrash metal band.
Yep.
And then it's kind of an industrial metal and punk band, Gekiretsu. I hope I'm saying that right. Who are also going to be on the bill. That should be a fun show. Um, let's see. And then, the very next night, holy
Oh.
crap, the greatest hardcore band in America, Alienator, are kicking off their U.S. and Canada tour. Um,
Oh, hell
um,
yeah.
with support from Long Knife, who we love, uh, Social Ills, and Backslash. So I don't know those other bands, but I'm sure they're cool. But yeah, dude, Alienator rules. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be at the Blackwater as well. Let's see. Fast forward to October 31st. Halloween. Um,
Halloween.
Unto Others are playing at the high watermark with support from Hoaxed and the mighty Kick-Ass Stress Test. This show is
Oh
sold.
yeah.
This show is sold the heck out. So if you didn't get
I,
ticks, be ready to cry.
I
Uh,
was gonna say unto others at the high water mark. I mean, good lord,
yeah,
like
they
that
are. They
alone.
Yeah. So it sold out. It didn't. It took a little longer to sell out than I anticipated, but what can you do?
Yeah.
But it did sell out, and so that. But don't worry, there are other things you can do on Halloween, like go to
Ah.
Dante's and see fucking Sheer Terror and The Accused. Also with this band Nailhouse. Wow, dude, that's not gonna suck. People going to that. That's gonna be crazy. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. The following evening, at the high watermark, it's a night of tribute acts. Celtic Frost tribute, of course. The Oath, tribute to Merciful Fate. Um, Thieves, who are playing ministry songs, and then Adrenochrome, who are on Sisters of Mercy. Uh, I almost said Sisters of Mercy of Sisters. Excuse me. I can't even say what I almost said. Uh, Sisters of Mercy tribute. Blurg. Words be hard sometimes. Okay. But yeah, that should be fun. I think I'm going to go to that. Also, November 1st, if you're
Oh.
in Bend, go to the Silver Moon Brewing and see like 17 or 18 bands, mostly punk, but our death metal pals Damage Overdose will be on the bill. Hi, Chuck. So yeah, if you're
Cool.
down in Bend, that's gonna be a fucking killer time. $20, see a bunch of bands on 2 stages. It's gonna be great. Um, so yeah, let's see. And then in Portland, also November 1st, a free show at the Snug, a venue I haven't been to yet. But yeah, the Beat On Brats. It's a Ramones tribute. And then it's a double album release show from bands Los Vamonos and Hellside Stranglers. So that's cool. Um, but yeah, and then, Monday, November 3rd, good grief. Uh, uh, Seattle's fan club, with support from Betrayer, Social Ills, Bottom Blade, and American Spectrum at the world famous Kenton Club. That's going to be a great evening of punk. So, yeah, heck yeah, we like that. Um, and then fast forward to December 13th. It's Merry Thrashmas 2 at the Twilight with the Accused AD, Chemical Annihilation, and Battle Cattle. That's going to be a thrash metal time. A triple thrash threat, baby. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's the show for this week, man. Uh, Chase, why don't you hit us with the sign off, man?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Oh, thanks. That's good.